Okay, in the last video, we found square roots and we classified real numbers. Okay, this is where we left off. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to compare real numbers and graph real numbers. So the way we compare real numbers is by placing a symbol, either a greater than or a less than symbol, right, in between the two real numbers. Now, if you notice, these two real numbers in part A aren't in the same form. So in order to compare them, I'm going to turn them both into decimals so I can see what their numbers are. Well, the square root of 34, if I put that into my calculator, I get about 5.8309, and it continues. 5 4/5 is 5.8. If I look at these two numbers, right, which one is larger? Well, the 5.8039. So what I'm going to do to actually write my answer to say which one is larger, I'm going to use an inequality sign. I'm going to use the square root of 34 and 5 4/5. I want to put them back into the form they were originally in. And I'm going to use a greater than symbol because the square root of 34 is bigger than 5 4/5. So B, I would do the same thing. The square root of 129, if I turn that into a decimal, is 11.3578, and 11.52 is already a decimal. So if I look, 11.3578 is smaller than 11.52. So if I have the square root of 129 and 11.52, right, I would use the less than symbol because the square root of 129 is smaller than 11.52. So we can use comparing real numbers to help us graph that on a number line. Now again, for A, these are in different forms, so before I actually put them on a number line, I'm going to put them in decimal form. So square root of 9 is 3, negative 1/4 is negative 0.25, the square root of 3 is about 1.73, and the other two numbers are already in decimal form. I'm going to make a number line. I'm going to put 0 in there. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the other side, we start with negative 1 and work our way down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to plot my numbers on the number line. So I have 3, which is the square root of 9. And I'm going to put a little arrow. This is the square root of 9. I put them in their original form. I have 0.3, so that would be closer to the 0 than to the 1. This was 0.3. I have negative 0.25, so that's closer to the 0. I'm going to put this underneath so I see it. And it's negative 1/4. Okay. I have the square root of 3, which is 1.73. So it's going to be closer to the 2. And then I have negative 4.25, so maybe around here. It's not going to be perfect. Okay, that's okay. But what I've done by putting these on the number line is I've ordered them. Okay? I'm going to start from the left, going from smallest to greatest. And I have negative 4.25, then negative 1/4, then 0.3, then the square root of 3, and then the square root of 9. So these are my numbers in order. Now B, I would do the same thing. 3.5, negative 2.1, the square root of 9 is 3. Negative 7/2 is negative 3.5, and the square root of 5 is 2.24. I'm going to make a number line. I have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. On the other side, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. Okay, now I'm going to put them on my number line. So, I have 3.5, so that's right in the middle. I have negative 2.1. I have the square root of 9, which is also 3. I have negative 7/2, or negative 3.5. have the square root of 5, which is 2.24. So now I can see them in order from least to greatest. I have negative 7 over 2, negative 2.1, the square root of 5, the square root of 9, and 3.5. So that concludes our lesson on 1.3. See you guys tomorrow.